Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I do appreciate you tuning in. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, thank you so much. And if you have already subscribed, I appreciate your support. I am Yolanda. I am a realtor in North Carolina. And I started this YouTube channel. It's very new to me. So I started this particular channel just to be able to help people that don't know me personally to find me. So again, I am in North Carolina. So if you're interested in areas like Winston-Salem, or High Point, Kernersville, those types of areas in the Triad market. I do have an office in downtown Winston-Salem, and I am accepting new clients, whether you are going through purchasing a home or if you need to sell a home. Today, I am just going to do a follow-up in regards to the Naca home buying program. I do have a video of the overview of the program, and I will put that link in the description box below. So this is going to be a follow-up video to the overview. So this video is going to be about what happens after the workshop. So just to recap the workshop, in my previous video, I did mention that you want to be prepared, be mentally prepared before you attend a workshop. So what happens is that you get to the workshop and there's a lot of information. It is very overwhelming. So it's very good to already have your mindset that this is what you want to do, because you do have to be someone who is very, very organized, someone that stays positive, and someone who does not get frustrated easily. Things will come up, unfortunately, throughout the program, and you have to be someone that has patience. So again, this is a character-based program. So if you are someone who have always been responsible and you just fell on hard times, or something has happened like loss of job or divorce or anything like that that got you off your game, but you've always been a responsible person, this probably is the program for you. So with the workshop, you do want to make sure, now I am speaking as a realtor from a realtor's point of view. We do also have to take classes to stay up to date with Naca as much as we can. So we are not allowed to attend the workshop. So keep that in mind. Everyone that is at the actual workshop, most of them would not be realtors, or they are Naca realtors. So at the workshop, we cannot attend that. We also cannot attend any counseling sessions with you. Years ago, we were able to attend. However, we had a few realtors that was going to some of these meetings with their buyers and, not really making things productive, being upset, verbally attacking the counselors for dropping the ball, and just really verbalizing their frustration. Well, you don't want anybody with you who's going to delay the process or cause any problems along the way. We're telling you, or I'm telling you up front, you may have some hiccups along the way. And having a realtor there that is, attacking your counselor and very upset with your counselor, you guys have to kind of see it from the counselor's standpoint. The counselor may have, 40, 50 clients at one time. They're one person. So sometimes they will drop the ball. I mean, it's human nature. So you just have to be positive and say, okay, they dropped the ball, let's pick it up and keep going. So in the first initial workshop, so Naca is definitely a program that is a 10-step program. So step 1 is actually attending the workshop. So I have a note here from my last class that I took as a realtor. It says 4 hours, you must stay until the end. So the way they know whether you stayed until the end is they do not collect your forms until the end. So based on the forms that they collect, that's how you are assigned to a counselor. So definitely make sure you stay to the end. Plan ahead to be there for 4 hours. And that's basically how you get assigned to your counselor. Right after the meeting, okay, you're going to receive, probably in about a week to 2 weeks after that, you'll receive 2 emails. One that is going to actually contain the name of your counselor that you've been assigned to, and the second one is going to actually be your portal login. So you're going to get your Naca ID at the class so that you can have an ID to get into the portal, but then they also are going to send you a private secured, and that's another thing, check your spam. Because it is like a kind of like a secured email or whatnot, it may go to your spam, but that's what's going to contain your password. So make sure you check your spam after the class. Now, in order to prepare for that first intake meeting, and it's going to have the date of when your meeting is with your first initial meeting with your MC. Now, MC stands for mortgage counselor, and that's who's going to be working with you through the whole entire process. If you are in the Greensboro area, your counselor may be in Raleigh. So you may have to make one drive. I do recommend that you make that one first initial meeting drive to Raleigh. And if you're in the Winston-Salem area, your mortgage counselor is going to be in Charlotte. So while you're at the actual workshop, and I am looking down because I have several notes right here, while you're at the actual workshop, and you're getting assigned or getting your Naca ID and things like that, make sure that you let them know that there is not a local office in your area. So if you're again in Greensboro or anything like that, make sure that they know that there's not a local office and you are requesting a remote counselor. Now that remote counselor, again, I do strongly suggest you're going to be sending personal information through the online portal and showing your Naca counselor in person, paperwork that consists of your social security number. It consists of, your private income information, your name. I would want to go meet with them at least one time in person, get a feel of that counselor, get to know that counselor just a little bit so that you can gain that trust and you two make sure you can work together. So I wouldn't just upload documents that contain my social security number and my bank information and I haven't met my counselor yet. So you can always meet them during that first initial meeting and then do everything by phone and uploading from home. So step 2 is actually getting Naca qualified. You're not automatically Naca qualified. So this is the thing. You have to have not had anything negative hit your credit in the last 2 years. So if you have something on your credit that hit your account or hit your credit reports in the last 2 years, that means you're not NACA qualified. That means they're going to put you on hold for a few months, let you get yourself together, and then come back. Go ahead and don't even attend the workshop. This is what I'm saying. Don't even attend the workshop until you are ready. Go ahead now and start working on those things if it's happened in the last 2 years. If it has not happened in the last 2 years, but it is still showing on your credit report, they may go ahead and allow you to do what is called a letter of explanation, and I'll discuss that later in the end of this video. So the things that you're going to do, you're going to receive a booklet at the NACA workshop that looks similar to this. They have changed it since I took my class. They only give out one of these to us as a realtor, but they've changed it, and you'll get one at your class, and your NACA ID will be put here at the bottom. So you'll get one of these, and what you will need to have during your first initial meeting, if you go ahead and upload these documents before your initial intake meeting with your MC, you are way ahead of the game. This is the most important part. So your first initial contact meeting or initial meeting with your MC will be approximately 1.5 hours. That's how long it's supposed to be. It may be during the week where you have to go ahead and miss work, or it could be a Saturday. So go ahead and plan to have 1.5 hours set aside to meet with your MC. So what documents they're going to be asking you for, and I have a list here, so that's why I'm looking down. Number 1, they're going to be giving you a monthly budget sheet, and that is actually in this book here. So you'll have some of these documents are already in here. So your monthly budget sheet, your daily expense sheet, You will have to have your W-2s, 90 days of pay stubs. You will need to have your last 2 years of tax returns, not only tax returns. So you have to have your tax returns, but you also have to have 2 years of transcripts. So your tax transcripts. You will have to go ahead to the irs.gov and request your transcripts. That could take a few weeks. So you want to go ahead and get on the ball with getting your transcripts ordered. 90 days of bank statements. They're going to want all your bank accounts. Don't hide anything. If you have 2 savings accounts or 2 checking accounts, all accounts, they want the statements. So what's happened in this that delays a few things is that the bank statements, now if you have a bank statement where that came in the mail, your bank may have, saved some money and double-sided it. So one side may be number 1, page 1, or page 2, and then the next page is page 3 and page 4. So if it's double-sided where page 2 is on the back, you want to make sure when you upload it that you are scanning both sides. That's what's another delay has been happening with some people, is they're just putting it right through and it's only copying page 1 and then page 3. Because 2 and 4 were on the back side. So you definitely want to make sure that you watch that if there's a page 1 and then page 2 is on the other side. The next thing you will need to have is a commitment letter. So there's going to be a commitment letter that you have to write. They're going to want your employer contact information, your landlord contact information, all credit card statements. And that's another thing with the statements. Make sure all pages are attached. So even if it's a blank page, maybe your statement printed and page 1 of 10 and page 10 is blank, they want to see page 10. So credit card statements. Another issue here is student loans. So regardless if you're going through Naca or you're not going through Naca, and this is a regular mortgage process, most banks will require you or would like to see all your student loans consolidated into one loan. Looking at your credit report and it's like a whole bunch of individual little loans here and there, they don't want to see that. They want to see everything consolidated down into one total loan. So go ahead and start working on that. Contact your tuition, the tuition or loan company who's handling your student loans, and get those consolidated. Let's see. Also, if you have filed bankruptcy, they are going to want to see your discharge papers, and that has to be 2 years back. So if you filed bankruptcy and you have proof of your discharge, they're going to want to see that. If you've been married, but now you're divorced, they are going to want to see your legal divorce papers. So go ahead and get that if you do not have that. Let's see. Also, the things that are associated with your loan. So on the front of this, it has no closing cost, no down payment, no fees, no credit score requirement, and most importantly, below market interest rate. That all has to do with your lending. That's your loan part. The actual parts that you will have to pay for is the upfront costs, are all things that are associated with your contract. Once you find a house, whether it's new construction or whether it is a home that is pre-owned by someone else, and you're going to be putting in an offer to them, there's money that's associated with the actual sales contract. So deposits, earnest money deposit, you have a due diligence fee to hold the house, things like that. Naca is not paying for that. So that's why they want you to already have money saved up. Now, they're not saying that you have to have it saved up immediately before you begin the program, but they are saying that in order for you to move forward, you have to go ahead and have that stuff saved up, because they want to see that you are putting that together and making sure that you're serious. That is money that comes out of your pocket. Now, at the end of the sale, you do get that money back at closing. So let's just say your earnest money is $500. That's $500 up front, but the $500 actually goes towards your loan in the end. So you don't lose it or anything. It's just upfront costs. And those are the things that Naca is wanting you to have $3,500 to $4,000 saved up for. So you want to go ahead and start working on the savings. Go ahead and open up a savings account with Bank of America and start showing that you are taking initiative. So go ahead and get that going now. So at the end of your actual program, let me make sure I hit all my key points before I get to that. So we've discussed like an overview of the actual initial workshop. Let's see, number 2, making sure that you knew about the 2 emails. So that, and then uploading documents, I went over that list. Meeting with your counselor for a hour and a half, I went over that. Okay, so yeah, we're pretty much on target. I just want to make sure I don't miss anything for this second recording of the Naca program. So the last thing is going to be your MC is going to look over everything. If you, like I said, if you already have a lot of this stuff done or all of it done, that is perfect. And what they're going to do is look at an overall evaluation. They're looking at an overall evaluation in order to put together an action plan for you. So once you have the action plan, your action plan could be 1 page long, or your action plan could be 5 pages long. It's all about what's on your credit in the last 2 years. Now, again, if it's something on your credit that's 4 years old, they're going to have you write a letter of explanation of what happened, why it happened, and why it won't happen again. So you may have to write multiple letters, just depending on what's on your credit. And if there's something on your credit, this is why I say look at your credit before you go to the workshop, look at your credit. Because if anything already hit your credit in the last 2 years, you are not qualified for this program. Go ahead and get it taken care of. Get it removed off. Pay the bill, get it removed off before Naca sees it. Okay, so that is it. That's a wrap of this video. I just wanted to go over step 2 on what they're going to require for you to be Naca qualified. Once you are Naca qualified and everything is done, then you can move on to step 3. So if you have any questions, make sure you leave the comments below. Make sure you are on my Instagram. I do post a lot on Instagram. Again, recording on YouTube is definitely new for me. I'm trying my best. I'm not good at editing, so I'm using my cell phone right now so that I can just go ahead and upload it right from my cell phone. But I am trying so that you guys can get as much information from me as you can. Look at my videos back. I have about 2 or 3 videos regarding upfront costs, whether it's the due diligence fee and whether it is the earnest money deposit. And that way you'll understand what those are for and how you get those back. So look at those. And I do go over a few other things in the process, but I want to do these videos so that you guys can understand this process. I'm going to leave all my contact information below. Regardless if you are looking for a realtor to sell your home or help you purchase a home, whether you're going through Naca or not, I have been in the business for 12 years. I am very experienced in the process of being in real estate. So give me a call. I am accepting new clients and I look forward to hearing from you guys. Thank you so much and have a great week.